Yay. Hello. Hi, everybody. It is I, Becca Lori Hector, here with Being Becca Live. Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited to be on time. I was just teaching. I just did Unit 3, you guys. I just had another cohort finish up their whole course, and they have just their group coaching call left. I'm so proud of them. I really hope it's going well for them, but I'm losing my voice now because I just taught for an hour straight. But I'm here, you guys, so welcome. Being Becca Live is where I talk about what it's like to be an adult autistic alive right now, the struggles that we deal with, and kind of how I get through them, or how I think about them, or how I'm not getting through them, whatever it is. Yeah, so that's what Being Becca Live is about. I'm here, you guys. Look, I'm wearing my shirt, you guys. I know it's okay. So this is what I meant by it's too low. I want it to be like here, which is, so I changed the art so that it's like here and it fits here somewhere. And I decided to wear it today because I washed it and I'm all excited and I love it so much. And then I went and I put 2 more designs up there. So there's like 5 designs in the Redbubble store. I love it so much. So the link to the Redbubble store is in the description to this video. If you like my shirt, there are 4 other designs in the store. I made sure that they all looked good in black because I always wear black shirts, but they look good in other colors as well. And of course, they're all themed together with the self-defined living course that I teach. So that's there. So cool shirt. Go check it out. I'm looking into how I get discounts and stuff. I don't know how that happens. If I ever get one, I will send it your way, I promise. But for now, go get a shirt, man. They're cool. And it's awesome. That's that. Let's see. What else do I have to say? Oh, this week we're headed back to the food truck, you guys. So thank you, CV. So that this way, my week this week is already about prepping to get back to the food truck. So Antonio is off doing food truck things now while I do my autism stuff. And then this Thursday, we will be our first day back in the food truck, which is nerve-wracking a little bit. I'm a little anxious to get back in there. I'm a little nervous. And we're going back on Thursday, which is usually a slow day for us, which is good because we, of course, have no idea, you guys, none, not even a clue about whether or not Antonio will actually be able to cook with one hand. So we'll find that out on Thursday. And we may or may not be open on Friday, depending on how that goes. But I hope that we are because a couple of things. It's Valentine's Day weekend this weekend. So Antonio created in his brain space an amazing Valentine's Day special Sammy that he made a trial one, you guys, and I have not stopped thinking about it since he made it. It is French toast, banana slices, fresh banana slices. He made a homemade chocolate spread, like Nutella, but chocolate, not hazelnut, on there, and then bacon. Oh my God, it was so good. It was like delicious. So we're making those this weekend. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to pull off cooking in the food truck this week. We'll find out. I myself am, of course, busy with getting into the last minute things before the next cohort of self-defined living starts, you guys. They start on the 17th. That is the day of Unit 1. You guys, the 18th, I'm putting them in the group. So be ready. Be ready to support our folks when they come in after Unit 1. Yeah. And so I'm like excited. I'm starting that again. And now I'm trying to decide, do I do it 3 times a year or 2 times a year? And that's where I'm at next. Do I offer it again in the late summer, early fall, or do I do it again in the summer and then again in the fall? I don't know. It might be fun. Sweet, savory. Yes, it is fun and flavorful. That was so much fun to make the sandwich. And when he made it, so good. Hey, Helen. Hi, Ross, Bill, Morgan, Bernard, Karen, Stevie, everybody. Sorry if I didn't say hi to everyone yet, but I am so glad that you guys are here. We are going to be doing part 2 about the murky waters of toxic people. So if you watched last week, you know that we talked about this article. I shared it in the closed Facebook group about 12 actions. 12 actions a person with a hidden agenda displays before revealing themselves. And so we've been discussing those 12 actions to see if maybe the reason that autistics get so hit by toxic people is because we don't see these 12 actions. And we need some other kind of clue as to how to let us know this is a toxic person and run, right? So we did the first 6 of them. And of course, last week, go back. I guess I should put the video in the description from last week, or just go. It's the one right before this on this playlist. And we talked about the red flags, that someone has a hidden agenda. And I am equating person with a hidden agenda and toxic person as the same thing, because a toxic person always has a hidden agenda. So we talked about he triggers gut feelings, you catch her in lies. She talks about her favorite subject. He is on a mission. You observe signs of hypocrisy, and he is obsessive about a subject. That is where we left ourselves off at number 6. So go back and catch the first 6. We're going to get into the last 6 right now, because bets are we don't get these either, right? Or at least a chunk of them, which will leave us with like maybe 3 things on this list that would actually work for us, which takes me to the next place I want to go, which is what are the things that work for us? Don't know that yet. We're in the middle of it right now. So number 7, I'm already annoyed. I'm already mad at this one because I hate these people. Like, this infuriates me. So number 7 is he has a history of being a manipulator. Oh my God. I hate the word manipulator so much. Everyone is a manipulator. I hate it. I hate that word so much. Mostly because I was called a manipulator most of my life. Probably because what they were missing was my autism diagnosis, right? So often, again, this is a case where our natural behavior, right, can get seen as being a manipulator, which means to us, that's pretty normal, which means we don't see the manipulators, right? We don't see the manipulation, I should say. We don't see the manipulation, right? So, and of course, we've done things we aren't proud of in the past, but some people learn from their mistakes while others turn them into a lifetime of bad habits, right? And that's who they are, right? You want to take note of people's patterns if they are a manipulator, and that they have a tendency to manipulate situations to their own gain. Apparently, that is the behavior of a toxic person. The problem is that I don't think we see them. I don't think we see it as manipulation for what it is, right? Excuse me. Let's see. I'm already shaking my head at the next one. She's letting anxiety get the best of her. First of all, can we just talk about this? I have anxiety so bad. When it is at its worst, I do not feel like I have any control over my anxiety, right? So I am in no way letting my anxiety get the best of me, first of all. So I don't like the way they put it. But let's see what they mean, because I don't even get it. Women, of course, tend to let their anxiety show more than men, though it isn't always the case. If you notice that she is showing signs of anxiety, such as dizziness, sweating, unable to sit still, and panicking, then it could be that she is toying with revealing a hidden agenda. Okay, you guys, if we use this clue, we're screwed. I mean, sit yourself down in a room full of autistic people and all you are going to see is gushing anxiety. I don't think, I guess what they mean is like how when we see on TV, you see people on like lie detectors and they get all nervous like that, right? And it's affecting their body. So I guess they're supposed to look for these body signals. But someone who has social anxiety would also display these symptoms. So this whole, and I don't know, as someone who experiences anxiety on such a regular basis, I feel like people would misunderstand that about me. And I don't think I would notice someone else's anxiety other than to want them to be less anxious. I wouldn't think of it as they were up to something necessarily, right? So I don't know. Well, here we go for number 9. We're out on this one, you guys. You've noticed his body language is off. Excuse me. My body language is off. Again, off body language doesn't throw me. It is not something that I worry about. His body language is off. I would never even think about that or notice it and consider that a clue to someone being toxic. I guess if I was neurotypical and I used body language as a way to communicate, maybe it would clue me in. But then that means that neurotypicals, every time they notice that our body language is off, they think that we're up to something, which makes a lot of sense, actually. Sort of like uncanny valley. If you don't know what uncanny valley is, the uncanny valley response, go look that up. It's fascinating. You can spend hours learning about it. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're just off enough that we throw them, and then they kind of put us in the same category, I guess, as toxic people. But who are we? We're never going to notice this. We don't communicate with body language in that way. And we're certainly not going to read body language that way. So that's a useless tool, a useless action for us to see, which we won't see. So let's move on to number 10. He is being super secretive. Listen, first of all, people are allowed secrets. So I don't care if someone has any secrets. I don't need to know your secrets. I don't even care about it. I care about our conversation or whatever it is, how we're interacting. But somebody who is super secretive definitely sets my bells off. But I don't think I would consider that I would think that they were being private, I guess. I don't know what super secretive means even. Okay. So they're saying that he's secretive about everything in his life, or he takes his phone in the other room to avoid you hearing the conversation. Well, you know what? I take my phone in the other room all the time. I feel self-conscious when I'm on the phone. I don't want to be looked at when I'm talking on the phone. And I'm also using every bit of my brain concentration to focus on this phone call. I don't need to worry about what my facial expression looks like for you on top of it. So I would definitely not think that someone who was being secretive was being toxic necessarily, right? Again, this one's not working for me or us. These things are so gray. She is a bit on edge. What does that mean? Oversized reactions are common. Well, forget that. Oversized reactions. What do we get all the time? Oh, they're not emotionally regulated. Right. So that your anxiety makes you edgy or makes you sensitive. Well, it does. I'm anxious all the time and it always keeps me on edge. I'm always on edge. But that doesn't make me a toxic person. And I don't know that, again, if I saw someone having an oversized reaction, I don't know that my response would be, oh, stay away. I think my response would be, oh my God, can I help you? Right? I don't know. None of this is really working. Her stories don't add up. Okay. We're back at Hypocrisyville. This one we see, right? Because it's about logic and patterns and all of that stuff. So that their stories don't make sense together, or they contradict each other, or there are details that they tell some people and not other people, right? This, like hypocrisy, we notice. And it does really piss us off, I will tell you. Because we can't help but notice the pattern. And when you see someone whose stories constantly don't add up, that definitely works for me as a notifier that they are a toxic person. Absolutely. Because keeping track of lies is hard. So your story doesn't add up. I'll take that one. All right. That was number 12. Final thoughts on detecting a person with a secret agenda. It's often the case that many people already know that something is off before anything is revealed in their toxic relationship. Not us. Always trust your gut instincts, as they are there to protect you. Ding, ding, don't have those. If you are genuinely caught off guard and had no clue what was happening, then you can use these red flags to keep you from getting into a situation like that again. Well, you guys, it's a bust on that article. I think we kept like 2. We. What did I say? The lies. We definitely catch lies. We definitely catch hypocrisy. The other things, we just miss. We just miss them. And so it's no wonder that we constantly have this thing where we're having toxic people get into our lives and win. And obviously it's because what most people see as clues that someone is toxic, we're missing out on. So what I want to start thinking about is, what is a toxic person to an autistic person, right? What kind of behavior is actually toxic to us, right? And then also, what are some of the triggers or some of the clues or the actions that they do or the behaviors that we see, right? That clue us in to this whole thing, right? That clue us into that they might not be a right person to have in our bubble or in our lives at all, right? Let me catch up on the side here with you guys a little bit. Let's see. I know so many things sound sexist. Men and women have anxiety. Yes. Neurotypicals tend to assume that I'm shy and dumb. I'm neither, but apparently my body language gives them that idea, right? They read so much into body language that I don't even know I'm giving off. It's crazy. But we do. There's something about our the way we appear, the way that we, I don't know, present, I guess, to neurotypicals that is just off enough that they, I don't know, cling on to it, right? It's the uncanny valley. Please, someone else know what uncanny valley is. Go and look up uncanny valley. But that's what it is, right? Morning, Nancy. Welcome. So that's the deal. So like out of all of those things that they're saying are great tools to find the toxic people in your life, we can use two, and we need to find our own. Bernard says toxic people are good at distracting. I agree. They are really good at, don't look over here, like magicians, right? Don't look over here, distract over here, look here, because what I'm doing over here, I don't want you to see, right? Definitely, right? Here's another one that I found. People that talk about other people to you, right? People who talk nasty about other people behind their backs, because not only do they do that behavior, but the truth is they will do that behavior to you. If they are talking about someone else to you behind their backs, they are surely talking about you to someone else behind your back, right? And that to me is a sign of a toxic person. They try to get friendship and camaraderie out of the making fun of other people or something like that, right? I'm putting other people down. Let's see. What other things do I recognize from toxic people? There's that. There's a lot of the look at me. They're always the victim. Toxic people are also always the victim. They, in every scenario that went wrong, they are not the ones in the wrong. Definitely somebody else was in the wrong in every single scenario. And yet all this stuff only happens to them, right? So that's another one, right, that I think of. What else? No, those are just a few. I'm going to think about it, because what I think we're going to end up having to do is talk about it in another show, in another episode rather, because I have to do some thinking about it, and I want you guys to do some thinking about it. CV says, I'm realizing that I don't recognize toxic people. I assume if they smile and appear nice, they must be. That is our autism at work. We assume that people will be like-minded to us, that they will behave like us. And rather than know that what they tend to do is behave the opposite way from us. So we think everyone else will be direct, everyone else will be loyal, everyone else will be polite, everyone else will be honest, right? Because we get into it assuming. And I think what we need to do is we need to get into it and kind of assume the opposite and let people sort of prove their not toxicness to us rather than the other way around. So that's sort of how I've been handling stuff. But I want to think about specific behaviors and attitudes that toxic people do. And so those are some of them. They're very distracting. I think that was very good. I like that one, Bernard, a lot. And they definitely liars, definitely hypocrisy. And I think we need to think about that, because I don't have all the answers. I've never had all the answers. I tell you that all the time. I'm in process too. So I think we need to think about that. If you guys have some little clues or whatever that help you to notice when toxic people are toxic, I would love to hear them. Please comment with them wherever you see this video. Please email me directly at info@beccalaurie.com, because I would like to compile a list for us for next week where we can start talking about what some of those triggers are. Maybe not next week. Maybe we'll do it the week after, so I break the topics or something. But it's really important for us to kind of figure this out, because we are doing a lot of negative self-talk. We are doing a lot of negative thinking and beating ourselves up about falling for toxic people all the time. But there's a reason. We're almost blind to them, and they know it. I don't know how they know it, but they know it. Yes, we need to learn to rehear our guts, Joe. That's what it is, right? We need to reconnect with that. I like animals better too, CV. I think we all do. But that's a sad statement, right? And so what we need to do is think about it. There's got to be more. There's got to be stuff that we see that people don't see in toxic people. That's the stuff I'm looking for. The patterns that we find in our toxic people. That's the stuff that's going to help us, because it's stuff we can see. We can actually see. Okay. So let's think about that, you guys. We'll come up with some other, we have like 3 right now. I don't know if we'll have 12, but we'll come up with some others because we need that. We need to have some way, some filter of figuring out who these toxic people are before they get into our lives and do any damage, right? So we'll keep working on this one. I think this article was a great way to start thinking about what doesn't help us. to find toxic people. And in fact, it's most of the stuff that helps other people find them. That's the thing that we're finding out today. We have more work to do on toxic people. So we're going to get back onto that topic. Please, please, please comment wherever you're seeing this video with any of the patterns that you see in toxic people. Anything, any clues that you think cue you into the fact that someone is toxic as an autistic person. Let's make ourselves a list and share it. Gosh darn it. I'm going to work on it. Oh, rule breaking and make a mental note. That's a good pattern. Rule breaking. Let's add these. I'm going to start a list. I hope I can still see this chat when I end this. If not, you guys remind me because we really need to do this. It would be so helpful to so many of us if there was a way for us to at least help us to weed out the toxic people before they get in. All right. That's it for me today, you guys. I am off to do another recording as soon as we hang up with this. And then I have some writing to do. But sorry for banging the table, but I will be back on Sunday with Growing Gratitude. And then, of course, I will be back next Tuesday with the next Being Becca Live. It will be the day before the next cohort starts. I'm so excited. And yeah, that's it. In the meantime, go get yourself a cool shirt. Look at my cool shirt. Go get yourself a cool shirt. Go hop on my Ko-Fi and do a commission with me. Do whatever you like. The links are in here. If you didn't see the first 6 of the toxic people, I will put that in the description of this video as well, so you can do the first 6 with us and catch up. I would really, really like to know what you guys think. So please, again, comment where you saw this video, use the contact page on my website, or email me directly at Becca. Oh, no, not that. I can't tell you BeccaLaurie.com. That doesn't help you. At info@BeccaLaurie.com. That helps you. So you go ahead and email me that. I am so excited to spend a little bit of my time with you guys today. It really does make my day. It cheers me up. So it's good seeing you guys. I will see you on Sunday for Growing Gratitude, and again next Tuesday for Being Becca Live. Bye, you guys.